Actually, the questions were posted yesterday itself. Okay, but really, nearly 30 participants were answered right. Okay, the remaining people didn't show that so far. For example, see, say Agalya, Akshaya, Noor, Long Priya, Gila Dasi, Deeba, Jaya, Jayasri, Janivalet, Nitya, Mohan Priya, Nitya, N Nitya, K Nitya, two Nityas are there, and Thiruselvi, Pavitra, Poongovai, Praveen Kumar, Bannari, Rini Simon, Dhanalakshmi Esther, Santa Surubini, Sasigala, Silpa Sitaraman, Senthil Selvam, Sarmuga Priya, Sudha, Sukanti, Sweetin Sharmila, Tamil Selvi, and G. Vidya. Actually, for the first day program, you are all attended and submitted your answers. But I don't know why what happened to you for yesterday's program. Okay, so many are absent while submitting your answers. But the people who have submitted the answers is so interesting, so well. Actually, I gone through each and every answers. Really, it is so good. Okay, especially I asked two important questions. One is uh, what are the key the factors to be kept in mind when you are organizing a curriculum. For that, also, so many people are giving so many ideas. Okay, so many factors to be considered that they are giving. And another one is what are all the pedagogical methods to be supported for CDE. Okay, for that also they are giving good methods. So many methods they are giving. So it means that it seems that they did study well after the lessons. They have searched some materials and they have gone through some materials. Okay, without do that, it is not possible to submit this type of answers. So it's a really very good actually. I got to congratulate all the participants who have submitted a very good answers to the questions today. Thank you all, first of all. The participants who are not yet submitted, please kindly submit today, at least by today. It's a good thing actually. As Matthew sir frequently tell that we must self-motivated to do all the things. Okay, then only it is possible. Otherwise, nothing is possible. Okay, so please make yourself to motivate, and you can get involved in the process, get involved in this type of learning activities, and only it will be good for us. Okay, so I hope that all the people who did not submit so far, by today, I'm expecting the answers from you. Okay, good. Okay, so it is well, very well. Um, Jivida Rani, yesterday also she did well and today also she did well. It's very good. Okay. Like that, many people. Okay. எல்லாமே நல்லா பண்ணிட்டாங்க. அதில் கலைவாணி, கலைவாணி given lot of pedagogical methods suitable for CD. Nearly she has listed out more than 10 and 11 things she has done. Okay. So it is so interesting one actually. Like that, similarly, all the people nearly. Okay. நான் ஏன் ஒருத்தர் ஒன்னும் ரெண்டு பேர் பேர் ஏன் சொல்லிருக்கேன்னா they are giving extensively, but other people also equally they have done well. Okay, so that Kriti also did well, Malliga, okay, Mani Megalai, எல்லாருமே நல்லா பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. எஸ் மேகலா, ஓகே, எல்லாம் நல்லா பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. இட்ஸ் குட், வெரி குட். So it is interesting one. Okay. Even yeah.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sorry for the interruption, sir. I already submitted the 2 days assignment, sir. Both 3 assignment I submitted, sir.
யாரு பூங்கோதையை பேசுறீங்க?
பூங்கோதை, sir.
ஓகே, ஓகே. பட் ஐ திங்க் பூங்கோதை உங்களோட நேம் வந்து இங்க டேம் லீன்ல வரலையே. நீங்க வேற மோட்ல பண்ணிருப்பீங்கன்னு
But
நினைக்கிறேன்.
I don't know, sir. Today also I submitted, sir. Yesterday also I submitted.
ஓ, ஓகே, ஓகே. ஐ திங்க் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க, some mistakes you did it actually. So that இங்க வரலன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Maybe. Okay,
மாசாணி பிரியா பேசல கைடு இருப்பா. மாசாணி பிரியா.
Okay,
give some guidance to Pungode to
okay, sir.
okay.
from
Yeah.
school, na, I make all the teachers to do the assignment, na,
Yes,
because
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, what happened na, நம்ம கூகுள் கிளாஸ் ரூம் பாத்தீங்களா, இப்போ இந்த क्वेश्चंस வந்து இவங்க வந்து டைரக்டா they can give the answer. ஓகே, இந்த
yes,
क्वेश्चंஸ் நாம கேட்டிருக்கு. பட் அவங்க என்ன பண்ணிருப்பாங்க நினைக்கிறேன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, அவங்க வந்து இதுல போய் அப்லோட் கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க நினைக்கிறேன்.
அதுக்கப்புறம் இங்க
ஆமா, அதான் அந்த மாதிரியான அதுல போயிருப்பாங்க நினைக்கிறேன். So that I asked Masan India to do the right. Okay, no worry about it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Actually வந்து நீங்க பண்ணீங்க வராம தான் அது வந்து நம்ம பண்ணி ரெக்டிஃபை பண்ணுவோம்.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay.
இது பண்ணாதவங்க கூட நீங்க பண்ணிருங்க. அந்த people who didn't actually இது பண்ணாதவங்க இன்னைக்குள்ள பண்ணிருங்க. Okay. So it is looking good, the responses. So we I think it's a time to entering the today's session now. Now we got 68 numbers, so it's better to start it now. So once again, good evening to all of you. Again, we are meeting here for the third day session. Today we are going to see about the learning outcomes, phase 1. Actually, the learning outcomes I will divide it into two sections because it is a little bigger area, and within a day itself it will be getting confusion to you all. So that what I would like to do now, I just make it into two sessions, and the first part and second part. The first part will be covered the theoretical background and some framework of learning objectives. Whereas in the second part, completely about the writing of learning outcomes, how do we make it, and what are the things to be followed for making a better learning outcomes like that. So today we can see what is learning outcome and what are all the factors to be considered and how should be learning outcomes. All those things today we will discuss about it. Dear participants, please, today's session is much important for us. In the competency-based education, the learning outcomes are playing a very, very vital role, very, very important role. Okay, so we must be giving some more care on this part. Okay, whatever we discussed about yesterday and the day before yesterday, those things are also required for the concept of competency-based education. However, today's part and tomorrow's part will be so significant because than the previous days, because the learning outcomes are playing a vital role in terms of competency-based education. Okay, so we can give more importance for that. Okay, so I would like to share this right now. Are you able to see?
Sir.
Okay. So today we are going to see about learning outcome phase 1. Okay. So the learning outcome, as I said, that it is a very important aspect. First, before we entering what is learning outcome, okay, we must see what are all the. This is yellow learning outcome for phase 1 and phase 2. Because for tomorrow programs also it is added here. Okay, so this is the learning outcome of learning outcome. Okay, for the concept of learning outcome, what would be learning outcome for our participants? So today's session, learning outcome phase 1, to make the participants to understand the concept of learning outcome. That is important one. Okay, so at the end of the session, all the participants must be able to understand and conceptualize the concept of learning outcome. Number 2, to make the participants to realize the need and significance of learning outcomes. Okay, that is also important. Why do we go for learning outcomes, and what are all the requirements for defining the learning outcomes? So these two are today's objectives, today's instruction objectives, or today's learning outcomes, whatever we can call. Okay. Right. So before going to see the definitions or concept of learning outcome, we must know first what is the meaning of learning. Okay, actually, We know we are using the term learning very frequently, but what it is actually, how it can be defined? Okay, can you, anybody else, can you say that any school teachers or college teachers, except B.Ed college teachers? Why? Because the B.Ed college teachers may know well, so that I am asking. Okay, how we can define the concept of learning? What it may be, learning na enna varum. Okay, so many theories are available for learning. Okay, learning theories, theories of intelligences, theories of personality, theories. There are so many sectors of theories are there. Okay, for example, conditional theories, insightful learning theories, constructivistic approach of learning theories, behavioral theories, and so on. There are so many theories are there. Okay. So the learning, what is the meaning of learning? According to the theories, the behavioral theories, it's a change in behavior continuously. Okay. So at the end, after learning a concept, okay, that individual's behavior must be changed. Behavior in the sense, it may be of knowledge or skills or abilities or even attitudes, everything else. Okay. Even the characters, traits, whatever it may be. Okay. So any change occur, that is called as learning. Okay. So the change in behavior, the change in behavior is called as outcome. Okay. I hope that you are understand. Okay. Learning outcome means, what is the meaning of learning? Learning is a change in behavior. Okay. Because continuously our behavior is changed. For example, I am asking you all, one question to all of you. Just imagine about yourself. Okay. Just to compare yourself, what would be your attitude? Okay. During when you are studying about 10th standard, and what is the same attitude towards right now? இப்போ உள்ள அவங்களுடைய மெச்சுரேஷனுக்கும் and 10th standard நீங்க படிக்கிறப்போ இந்த மெச்சுரேஷனுக்கும் what is the difference? What are the differences? Are there any differences or not? யாராவது எனக்கு வந்து எந்த டிஃபரன்ஸ் இல்லைன்றவங்க நீங்க பேசலாம். Just unmute your mic and you can say, sorry sir, I don't have any differences in my attitude or anything else. 10th படிக்கிறப்போ எப்படியோ அப்படிதான் ஃபீல் ஆகுங்க உங்களோட மெச்சுரேஷன்ல. Anybody can say like this? Definitely it is not possible. I know well. Because that is why I'm telling that. Because learning is a continuous process. Okay. So continuously we are to keep on learning new things. Okay. And in accordance to the new concepts we are learning, and our level of maturity is also keep on changing. Okay. So that we are telling that that is called the learning outcome. So the learning maturation may be called as learning outcome. Okay. Learning is a process, whereas the learning outcome is a product. Okay. So process the process is a continuous process, continuous activities. Whereas the product of the same product is also keep on changing whenever we are taking any new behaviors, new concepts, new inputs. Okay. So that is learning. Learning is a purposeful activity. Okay. Without purpose, we are not learning anything else. Okay. Can any participants say that, sir, I am learning this without any purpose? When you say, nobody can say that without any purpose, anything you cannot learn. So learning is a purposeful activities. In our even day-to-day life, for example, taking morning, brushing your teeth, there is a reason behind it. There is a purpose. Okay. But we are taking food. That is also, there is a reason behind it. Like that, what are all the doing and what are all the concepts we are learning, new concepts, there is a purpose behind it. Okay. So we will see one by one. Okay. For tomorrow's learning objectives, phase 2, to enable the participants to apply the principles of behavioral and pedagogical theories in formulating learning objectives. Okay. And number 2, to enable the participants to write LOs, that is learning outcomes, as per the framework by NCERT. Okay, so these two will be covered by tomorrow's session. So today we will see the complete outline of learning objectives. First, we are going to see what is the meaning of those. As I said that. So we must, whatever it is, we must define the concept first. Okay, before defining the concept, we should not enter inside. Indeed. So learning outcomes describe the knowledge, skills, and the application of the knowledge and skills the person has acquired and is able to demonstrate as a result of learning. That means, after your learning, an individual is learning some new concepts. After his learning, they must have able to demonstrate their learning. Okay, the new knowledge or the skills or ability, whatever it may be. Okay, so that is called the learning outcome. So it is a statement. Learning. So roughly we can say that the learning outcome is a statement which describes the knowledge and skills of the application, or the application of the knowledge and skills of a person who has acquired a knowledge and able to demonstrate as a result of learning. Okay. So after his learning, what is his abilities? What would be his capabilities, or what would be his level of knowledge? Okay. அதை நம்ம வந்து டிஃபைன் பண்றோம் பாத்தீங்களா, that statement is called as learning outcome. இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், ஜஸ்ட் கோ டு தி ப்ரீவியஸ் ஸ்லைட்ஸ். ஓகே, இப்போ நான் வந்து ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்றீங்க, அவங்க என்ன ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்றீங்க ஃபார் டுடேஸ் செஷன். ஓகே, after the completing of this today's class, every participants must be understand the concept of learning outcome. Okay, அடுத்து இன்னொரு என்ன கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க உங்களுக்கு, the participants must be realize the near and significance of the learning outcomes. So இதுதான் வந்து என்ன சொல்றாங்க, learning, this is the statement of learning outcome. Okay, so any learning outcome must have well defined the terminal behavior of the individuals. Okay, what is the meaning of terminal behavior? What is the outcome? What is the end product of the learning? Okay, அதுதான் வந்து என்னது terminal behavior னு சொல்றோம். So there are two type of things are there, entry level and exit level. Okay, entry behavior and exit behavior. So the entry behavior is the first time பார்க்கிறது before entering the concept. இப்போ நீங்க லேர்ன் பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி உங்களோட what is the level of your knowledge, what is the level of your skills and abilities of the concept of competency based education. So after the end of the sessions, all the sessions, okay, that is the exit behavior. That at the time also we can see what would be your level of knowledge and what would be your level of applications and skills on the concept of competency based education. Definitely there will be changes from the entry level to exit level. Okay, so that we so in between, you know, that means exit level minus entry level, what would be the result? That is called as learning outcome. Okay, statistically I am telling. Understand? So the intention of learning outcome is to make it clear to the students what they as learners are expected to achieve as a result of having successfully completed the course. What they are going to be achieved, that should be defined clearly. Okay, அதான் வந்து என்ன சொல்றோம், learning outcomes நம்ம சொல்றோம். இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா previously we are stating the same thing in terms of instructional objectives. I hope that all the teachers, school teachers and as well as the B.Ed college teachers also would understand, even B.Ed students also would understand that the instructional objectives, because in the lesson plan the very first part is that one. Okay, formulation of instructional objectives, that is the important part of important property of learning lesson plan. Okay, so this is what we call the learning outcomes. Okay, what should be the good factors to be there in any learning outcomes? இது எல்லாமே அங்க நம்ம கொண்டு வரணும். So teacher, we must bring all this, we must focus all these areas. Attractive, students want to achieve attractive, comprehensive, appropriate, attainable. அதாவது நம்ம ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணக்கூடிய லேர்னிங் அவுட்கம் must be attainable இருக்கணும். Okay, well visible, it should be clearly mentioned in the coursework itself. Then accessible. Okay, அவங்க accessible இருக்கணும், active இருக்கணும். இந்த மாதிரி these are all the important factors to be keep in our mind when we are framing or formulating the learning outcomes. Okay, so if any statements or any learning outcomes are having all these properties, then we can call it as a very good and very effective learning outcomes. Okay, so these are all the things we have to be. Okay, so the learning outcomes நம்ம சொல்றோம் நம்ம. Okay, so how we can make it as a product, because we know well that the process. Okay, so from the process in one particular point of time we must make it as a product. Okay, so the product நம்ம கொண்டு வருவதற்கு what are the things we have to do that, what are the process we have to do that. Okay, that we have to understand first. So அதனால தான் இங்க என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, here we have to discuss about the assessment. Okay, so the learning and assessment is tightly connected together. We could not separate off. ரெண்டுமே நீங்க என்ன பண்ண முடியாது, தனித்தனியா பிரிச்சு பார்க்க முடியாது. Okay, learning outcome, நீங்க learning outcome பார்க்கணும், நீங்க we must go for assessment. Then only we come to know whether the learning is possible, learning took place or not. முதல்ல வந்து learning நடந்ததா இல்லையான்னு தெரியணும்னா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும், we must go for assessment. Okay, so we must define the assessment criteria also. Okay, then assessment strategy, அதாவது எப்படி, how to, what are the methods of assessing, what are all the techniques are available, effective techniques, அதெல்லாம் வந்து நம்ம வந்து இது பண்ணணும். அடுத்து learning and teaching strategies, teaching, learning and evaluation. These three are components, these three systems are totally and tightly connected together. Okay, they cannot separately take teaching and separately take learning as well as separately take as evaluation. பண்ண முடியாது, கண்டிப்பா பண்ண முடியாது. ஏன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, without teaching there is no learning, without learning there is no teaching, and without if there is no assessment or evaluation, these two are not there. So எல்லாமே வந்து ஒன்று சார முடியாது. It depends upon each other, it's depending each other. Okay, so that this is the combination of all these four areas. So if we want to define a good learning outcomes, we must keep in mind all these areas. Learning outcomes must be defined. Okay, assessment criteria and assessment strategy and learning and teaching strategy. Okay, these four areas must be focused in any program, in any small lessons. Even for example, just to apply the lesson plan, the teachers, you know well that you are preparing lesson plan for each and every lessons. Okay, so in each and every lesson plan must consist of all these areas, these four areas. So that I am telling that. Even yesterday also I told that the lesson plan itself is a miniature of a curriculum. Okay, because what are all the major components found in curriculum, the same components are found in the lesson plan also. Okay, so that I am telling. So இப்போ வந்து நம்ம பார்ப்போம் ஒரு லெசன் பிளான் எப்படி இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னா, the lesson plan must be measurable, already told, then observable. Okay, and specific statement that clearly indicates what a student should know and be able to do as a result of learning. Okay, இதுதான் வந்து உண்மையான clear cut definition for learning outcome. Okay, it should be measurable, it should be observable, and should be a specific statement that should be that clearly indicates about the students knowledge or ability as a result of learning. Okay, so அதுக்கு ஒரு ஃபார்முலா இருக்கு பாருங்க. well written learning outcomes involve the following parts. These four parts must be applicable to all type of learning outcome statements. Okay, it must be started with the action verb. Okay, ஒரு action verb இருக்கணும், then followed by a subject content. Okay, then a level of achievement. Okay, then condition of performance, that is also required. Okay, level of achievement we fix it, and condition of performance here means that is there any level, high level, low level or moderate level, like that. That also if we want we can fix it. Okay, so any lesson plan, any learning outcomes, any good learning outcomes must consist of all these properties. Okay, so this is what learning outcomes. இப்போ பாருங்க, the learning outcomes வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா we are telling about only the classroom level, but it is not so. There are different levels. Okay, there is a hierarchy in the learning outcomes. Okay, the learning outcomes started from the institution level first. Okay, institution is having a learning outcome. For example, MJC our NJC girls should have proper knowledge, நல்ல holistic development இருக்கணும். Okay, communication development இருக்கணும். அதனால நம்ம we are providing all those things, you know. Even now we are focusing about coding literacy. Okay, so these are all the uniqueness of our institution. Okay, so this is our objective, these are our learning outcomes. We are focusing towards on that. Okay, அது வந்து general, in general. NJCians must have these type of abilities, this type of knowledge, this type of skills when they go out. Okay, so that is at the level of institutions or colleges or schools. Okay, அதுக்கு the next level பாத்தீங்கன்னா intended learning outcomes of the academic programs. Okay, இப்போ இங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா academic program level மாறுது. For example, ஸ்கூல்ல 10th standard 10th grade வேற மாதிரி இருக்கும். Okay, 11th grade plus 2 grade or first standard like that. அவங்களுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி அந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் லெவலுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி இப்போ ஆர்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் சயின்ஸ் காலேஜ் போனீங்கன்னா அவங்க டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் காமர்ஸ், டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் சுவாலஜி, they will have their own objectives, their own outcomes. Okay, so according to that we go to define the learning outcomes. அதான் வந்து என்னது learning outcomes at the level of academic programs. Okay, அதுக்கு அடுத்து நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டேஜ் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா learning outcomes of the courses. For example, B.Ed, so many subjects that they are studying. Okay, seven theory papers and so many practical papers they are studying. Okay, like that in plus 2 examination. They are also nearly 4 to 5 subjects they are studying. In Department of Commerce or Department of Mathematics, whatever the Department of Arts and Science College. Okay, there also there are so many courses are available. Okay, semester wise. So இப்போ வந்து அங்க என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம்னா we must fix the learning outcomes based on the courses. Each and every course must have a learning outcomes. Okay, அது வந்து course level at the level of courses. Then after that, then அப்படியே கொஞ்சமா சுருங்கிட்டு வந்து specification. It is called a general to specific approach. Okay, so அப்படியே வந்து கொஞ்சமா வரும். அது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அடுத்து வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா learning outcomes of the units. Units means what? In the syllabus. Okay, for example, in a paper, in a course, or teacher, for course, for example, course of B English. In B English, history of English, for example, history of English literature, the course. Okay, there would be 5 units normally. Okay, so each and every unit must have its own learning outcomes. This is what called unit level learning outcomes. Okay, at the end only, the learning outcomes of the lessons, because the lessons are different. For example, one lessons may be divided into 2-3 classes. Okay, so each and every class must have its own learning outcomes. Okay, so is that one of the learning outcomes at a different level. Okay, it should be started with institution level to lesson level. Okay, I hope you are understand well this. This is most much important to understand the level and hierarchy and specifications started from general to specific methods. Then how to make a learning objectives, how to what is the process. இப்போ நான் முன்னாடி காமிச்ச ஸ்லைட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதுக்கு ஒரு லிங்க் இருக்கும் ஓகேங்களா. இப்போ வந்து பாருங்க, இப்போ அந்த மிஷன்ல இருந்து ஆரம்பிக்கிறாங்க. மிஷன் தான் என்னது? மிஷன் மீன்ஸ் வாட்? இட் இஸ் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் லெவல். ஓகே, அந்த ஒவ்வொரு இன்ஸ்டிடியூட்டுக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு மிஷன் வச்சிருக்கோம். நீங்க பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, ஒவ்வொரு போர்டு வச்சிருப்போம், மிஷன் ஆஃப் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன். ஓகே, தட் இஸ் த மிஷன். ஸோ பேஸ்ட் ஆன் தட் யூ வில் ஹேவ் கோல்ஸ். ஓகே, so the mission, goals and objectives nearly more or less the same, but there is a difference because it is the broader concept. Mission is broader than goals and goals are broader than objectives, like that. Okay, so it is specifically come down. Okay, it is a narrow down methods from broader to specific methods. Okay, so mission, goals and objectives. Okay, mission வந்து கண்டிப்பா we go to frame the goals. So each goal should have objectives. Okay, then each objectives must have outcomes, learning outcomes. Okay, like that we go to taken, and each outcomes must have measurement methods, assessment criteria, எல்லாமே. Because based on the assessment method only we come to know whether learning outcomes satisfied or not, whether we have learning outcomes or not, like that. Okay, or otherwise it is not possible. Okay, then after that we are going to publish the results. Okay, results and analysis, then action, then after that program evaluation, program implementation or evaluation, like that. So this is a structured way of framing learning outcomes and yesterday I told that the system analysis methods. So it is a system flow. It is a kind of system flow, and based on if you are doing like this, each and every phases in the phased manner, we can easily understand and we can easily work out and we can easily arrest any problem occurs. Okay, so that we must do in the flowing methods. Then student learning outcomes must be responsible for two segments. Okay, in a college or in a school, wherever it is. Okay, any institution, there are two levels of responsibilities for learning outcomes. Okay, one of the higher level, the administrative levels, that is a dean or principals or head of the department. Okay, whatever it may be, அவங்களுக்கு வந்து சில ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டிஸ் இருக்குது. ஓகே, அடுத்து வந்து கன்சர்ன் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்டர், that is a teacher, that is a faculties. Okay, who are all handling the subject. Okay, அவங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டிஸ் இருக்குது. இப்போ டீன் லெவலில் ஹெட் ஆஃப் தி டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் லெவலில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அவங்களுக்கு வந்து ஹெட் ஆஃப் தி டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் அவங்களுக்கான அகாடமிக் ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பிரின்சிபல்ஸ், வி ஆர் ஆல் பிரின்சிபல்ஸ், myself and Aniyama principals, we are the head of the department of college, okay, schools, and we should have responsibilities. We have responsibilities. We must see through that. Okay, what are the learning objectives? What are the program goals? Okay, according to the program goals, how we treating the students? So what are the treatments given to the students? Okay, and what would be the students' outcome? Whether achieving 100% outcomes or what is the exact outcomes? Okay, and if it is outcomes, but we must have evidences for that. Okay, documented evidences. We know well that. Okay, even the accreditation board like NAAC and NBA, all these bodies are looking only the evidences. Okay, learning outcome must be make it a documentation. Based on that only every accreditation or credits comes to the college. Okay, so it is the responsibility of the head of the departments. Okay, அவங்களுக்கு வந்து எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோட எபிலிட்டி என்ன, வாட் இஸ் த லெவல் ஆஃப் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், அவங்களுடைய ரெக்யர்மெண்ட் என்ன, those things must be think. It is also a kind of systems analysis. Okay, see, dear friends, please look into that. Here everything is fit into the systems concept only. Okay, then only it is easily understand and it is easily come to know the problem where it is occurred. Okay, so it is very important one. So as the head of the department, they must have see through the academic programs and goals and objectives, and they should apply to the students, and they should have the evidences of the students' learning outcome, and based on the feedback, again they have to redo it. Okay, similarly here, this side, instructor, the same flow. Okay, they should also the same thing, course syllabus, goals, objectives, students engagement, and assignments. Then they must take evidences. Okay, electronic profile, exam papers, all those things. Then again feedback, again back to instructor. So the learning outcomes, there are two type of responsibilities which should be taken care. Okay, in the institution wise, as a whole and as well as the instructor wise. So for example, in a college, nearly 30 to 40 faculty members may be there. Okay, so each and every faculty member should have the responsibility for their own students' learning outcome. Similarly, for example, the head of the department. So the head of the department, for example, the head of the department of commerce. So the commerce department the HOD should be taken care of that. As a whole, all together, all the departments say the principal would be the caretaker. Okay. So in the the responsibility, the learning outcomes is not only on the part of the student side. Okay, it is also on the part of administration and as well as faculty members. So it is matters to all the people, all the stakeholders. Even we can include the parents also in the school level. They are in the schools, parents are also involving high level. Okay, so for parents also it is the responsibilities of the parents also learning outcomes. Okay, this is a much important area, learning outcomes. Okay, so based on learning outcome only everything is decided. But now we can see why we know that I told you that what is the requirement of learning outcomes for teachers and what way it is helpful to the teachers. The teachers can easily and effective way we can design the courses, each and every courses, as I told you that in the lesson plan. The lesson plan itself, we can designing all those things. Okay, what sort of learning, teaching learning activities we are going to provide for our class, that also we have to mention in the lesson plan itself. Okay, and effective assessment of learning, better time management, improved communication, improved teaching experiences. All these things are good benefits for teachers. Okay, so the learning outcome provides all these benefits to the teachers. Okay, so finally, this is what I want to say, give you regarding what is the meaning of what is the concept of learning outcome. Okay, so it is a kind of checklist. Okay, நம்மளுடைய learning outcome, how far it is effective. அப்படின்றத நம்ம வந்து செக் பண்ணணும்னா these are all the questions you would be given you the answer for this. Does the learning outcome identify what students will be able to do? Okay, அதே மாதிரி next question பாருங்க, specific and concrete. Okay, learning outcomes focus on specific and concrete actions, behaviors or cognitive process. Okay, then outcome observable. Is it possible to observe? Because the observation method is an important and a very highly effective method. And as far as the competency-based education concerned, observation method only the highest method to be used for assessment techniques. Okay, because it is a child-centric method and it is a personalized things, and it is the students must be going to demonstrate their abilities. So the demonstration must be observed only. For example, teaching the performance of the teacher, how we can assess it, how to assess the teacher's performance. Can we make it into paper pencil method? Definitely it is not possible. It is not a scientific one also. Okay, so if you want to observe a teacher's teaching performance, then we must do observe. Like that, in the CBE method, the most part of the nearly more than 99% of the part of the assessment techniques would be based on the observation methods. So that we have to be clearly defined in the learning outcome itself that the assessment techniques must be observable. Okay, the learning outcome must be observable like that. Okay, then it will be test or measure achievement of the learning outcome. Clear, வந்து நம்மளோட இதை வந்து clear கட்டா testing and measure பண்ண முடியுதா அப்படி நம்ம வந்து clear பண்ணணும். Then outcome aligned with the expected learning, expected level of knowledge or performance. Okay, so there is the benchmark standard must be there. So according to the benchmark, whether it is up to that level of that benchmark or not, then we go to define. Okay, and the learning outcome have a clear meaning to both teachers and students. Okay, then relevant and useful. So these are all the checklist. It's a kind of checklist. A teacher, once after framing or formatting a learning outcome, you can check yourself easily whether our learning outcome is an effective one or not, whether our learning outcome is a scientific one or not, whether our learning outcome is a valid one or reliable one or not. Like that, we can check it ourselves. So in order to check it ourselves, you can use these questions. Okay, and thoroughly we can conclude that. Okay, so dear friends, with this I will conclude today's session. Okay, but the learning outcome, what way it is helping to the students? Abhina, really it's in a greater way it is helping to the students. Okay, because the learning outcome, once it is clearly understood by the students, and definitely they will become a self-regulated learners. You might understand the concept of SRL, self-regulated learning, the regulation techniques of learning methods by the students. It must be adopted by the students themselves. Okay, so it is defaultly it will be increasing the level of metacognition of the students. Okay, the metacognition is the important one for the students, because the metacognition means the thinking of thinking. What is the ability of the thinking? Their thinking. Okay, one individual can understand about their own thinking styles, thinking limitations. What would be I can do, what I could not do, like that. Okay, so that is called the metacognition. So the learning outcomes is directly connected or correlated with the and the metacognition finally promoting to self-regulation of learning. Sorry. Okay. So this is what I would like to submit today about learning outcomes. Okay. I hope that you all understand well about what is learning outcome and how to make a learning outcome and what are the properties involving in learning outcome, all those things. Okay. So now we can go to the discussion part. Okay. In the discussion part, I have come up as usual. Today's questions are you able to see my questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. The question number 1: what are the ways and means to strengthen the assessment practices? Then number 2: how planning of lessons, that is lesson plans or units, ensure the learning outcomes. Then number 3: how time management correlates with the assessing learning outcomes. என்னுடைய today's questions. Okay. இதுக்கு வந்து இப்போ நீங்க வந்து நம்ம நான் இந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ் ஏன் வந்து கேட்டீங்கன்னா, ஏன்னா இப்போ வந்து இந்த அசஸ்மெண்ட் டெக்னிக்ஸ் வந்து அசஸ்மெண்ட் இஸ் பிளேயிங் வெரி விட்டல் ரோல் in terms of fixation of learning outcomes. So the learning outcomes directly largely depends on the assessment techniques only. So that I would like to discuss on this. Okay? I feel that the current assessment techniques may not, practices may not apt. Okay, so that what are the ways and means to strengthen the assessment practices, and how planning of lesson plans or unit plans, okay, ensure learning outcomes. இங்க வந்து ஒரு கேள்வி என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, is it possible to go ahead without using lesson plans in any classes? What would happen without any lesson plans? Okay, just think about it. And how time management correlates with the assessing learning objectives. Because in our present scenario, the time management is important aspect. Okay, because due to that only many things are skipped. We are skipping so many things. Okay, because of time management, lacking of time. So how it can be correlated with assessing learning objectives. Okay, so these 3 are my questions today. Okay, so I asked participants to come up to for giving you the answers for this. Ramachandrika, are you available? Please, what you feel about it? நீங்க ஸ்கூல் டீச்சரா காலேஜ் டீச்சரா தெரியல, பட் வாட் யூ ஃபீல் அபவுட் தட் டைம் ஃபேக்டர் அண்ட் as well as ways and means of all those things? Ramachandrika, இருக்கீங்களா?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Good evening. You are from college, you know?
Yes, sir. I'm from college, sir.
Yeah. Okay. What do you feel about it?
Sir. Hello, sir. Am I
Yeah.
audible?
Tell me. Yeah. Yes. I can hear you.
Sir, will you please tell the question again, sir? Because
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will display it again.
sorry, sir. Actually, my net is going to over because of taking classes since morning, sir. So I'm not audible.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. Are you able to see my questions now?
Yes, sir. What are the ways and means to strengthen the assessment practice?
Yes.
For giving students only, no, sir, assessment practices.
Yeah.
Sir, if we are very strict with them, then it will become a practice to them. So, I mean, in Google Classroom itself, so many students are not yet submitting their assignments.
Yeah.
So, if we are strict to them, then we have to take some steps to make them to submit, sir.
Okay. Actually, according to CBE method, that means competency-based education. Okay.
Yes, sir.
At any cost, we must not compel or forcing the students to do something. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the assessment practices also accordingly. Okay. அவங்க வந்து நம்ம வந்து என்ன பண்ணக்கூடாது, ஃபோர்ஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது, இந்த டைம் ஃப்ரேம் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது. டைம் ஃப்ரேம் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஆஸ்பெக்ட். ஓகே, நம்ம சொல்றோம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, ஒரு டாபிக் கொடுத்துருவோம். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இன் அசைன்மெண்ட்ஸ் you will giving a topic, then immediately we will giving the deadline also. Okay.
Yes,
on or before 10th November, all must be submitted the assignments. Okay. அப்படி அந்த மாதிரி டைம் பவுண்ட் ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ் கிடையாதுங்க.
Okay, sir.
So that I am asking these questions. Okay. அதாவது வந்து இப்போ உள்ள இந்த பிரசன்ட் சினாரியோ, இப்போ உள்ள பிரசன்ட் ப்ராக்டிஸ்ல வந்து டோட்டலி அதாவது ரொம்ப முற்றிலும் வேறுபட்டது. அதனால என்ன மாதிரியான ways and means are there to promote the assessment practices? Okay.
Sir, or else will
Yeah.
be give some training-based assessment, sir.
Hmm.
Training in some other like internship like that. We'll give some assessments to them, sir. So
Okay.
they will go and learn there practically also.
Okay. Actually, this question is connected with the yesterday's questions. Actually, okay.
Okay.
Yesterday, I asked you to what are the pedagogical methods for suitable to
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have.
competency-based
Yes, sir.
education. You know.
Yes,
So,
sir.
அதுல வந்து நீங்க கனெக்ட் பண்ணி வாங்க அப்படியே உங்களுக்கு கரெக்டா வரும் அந்த கொஸ்டின் பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் அந்த கொஸ்டின் கொடுத்துருக்கேன் ஓகேங்களா yesterday we have
Yes, sir. I think for that also I have posted the. Yes, sir. For
Yes.
that question also I have posted the same answer like this only, sir.
yeah
Like going to some places and doing some internship over there. So
Okay.
like that we can suggest to the students. Even when I was a student, I did internship in newspaper companies, sir. I mean
Okay.
newspaper. Dinamalar, that I went there and I did practically. I trained for 15 days. Then I did an assignment like that, sir. So more than doing submitting in the classrooms, so it will be very easy for them to learn more than the writing. They learn practically also over there, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Good, good. Okay, thank you, Ms. Ramasundariya.
Thank you.
Any school teachers, please come for second questions. That is, how planning of lessons units ensure the learning outcomes? Okay, my question is that is it possible to go without lesson plans? Okay, any school teachers or even B.Ed students, you please come up.
Sir,
Yeah.
excuse me, sir.
Please.
So without planning, we can't do anything, sir, inside the classroom.
Okay,
The preparation is must, sir.
okay. Okay, what way it is ensuring to
So how to prepare? Sir?
Okay, no, my question is how you are planning your presence ensuring the learning outcomes.
Sir. So how we planning now? We taking one unit now. It will take 2 to 3 days, sir.
Yes.
So one day we are going to one topic means it will take only 25 minutes. We are taking class means they will interestingly listen the class.
Okay.
After 20 minutes, no sir, for 45 minutes class. The 20 minutes la vandu we are asking question and interactive session and all. There na that class will be very good.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to ask specific questions. Okay. Specifically, I would
Okay,
like
sir.
to ask you. In the lesson plan, you are all correlating instructional objectives. Okay.
Okay.
So that instructional objectives is based on some criteria. Okay, for example, Bloom's taxonomy, based on Bloom's taxonomy, or any
Yes,
other
sir.
criterion based only you are fixing the objectives. Okay. And what would be the evaluation part? Are you checking or assessing the students after your class? Are you assessing your classes about your instructional objectives? How do you come to know whether your objectives are satisfied or not satisfied?
So we are asking question mean they will reply na that is good assessment no sir. They give answer na.
Yeah, but it is a common one, you know. For
Yes, sir.
example, வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ வந்து ஏதாவது ஒரு மல்டிபிள் சாய்ஸ் பேஸ் ஒன்று கேட்பீங்க அல்லது ஏதாவது அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கேள்வி கேட்போம் நம்ம ஓகே பட் தட் இஸ் நாட் பேஸ்ட் ஆன் யுவர் கிரைட்டீரியன்
Yes, sir.
okay but what I would like to say in the present setup of the schools okay
Okay.
There is no scope to use such practices okay we simply take actually we are going with the lesson plan that is one part okay
Yes, sir.
but the exercise of the lesson plan is not possible in schools in classes okay
Exercise.
I don't think the classes are the teachers are using such a way in the classes okay even
Anyway, we are interact with the students no sir.
no, interact பண்றீங்க that is different I am not asking that okay my question is very clear instructional objectives நீ frame பண்றீங்கல first partல
Yes, sir.
okay whether it is assessed properly இப்போ வந்து மூணு அப்ஜெக்டிவ்ஸ் போறீங்க ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் எவ்ரி லெசன் பிளான் வந்து 3-4 போடுவீங்க ஓகேவா
Okay, sir.
either 3 or 4 lesson objectives you will be formulating okay all the objectives were tested properly or not at the end of the class then only
the
you will
oral-
know-
Okay, sir. Okay.
இல்ல அதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் நீங்க வந்து அது நெக்ஸ்ட் கான்செப்ட் பத்தி திங்க் பண்ண முடியும் நெக்ஸ்ட் லெசன் பத்தி திங்க் பண்ண முடியும் இல்லையா
So orally asking means the time management also we are maintain sir. But we are giving a written test, mean the correction and all after the class only we are assessing that student's paper.
Yes. So it is not possible in your classes. Finally, you want to say.
Possible, sir, possible. So we are planning, that also planning only.
Okay, planning only, not execution level, not implementation level. Okay, let it be. So why I am asking this question? நம்மளுடைய பிளான் ஆஃப் ஆக்ஷன், நம்மளோட பிளான் ஆஃப் ஆக்ஷன் பாத்தீங்களா, பிளான் கொடுக்கணும் பாத்தீங்களா, அந்த பிளானுக்கும் நம்மளுடைய ரியல் எக்ஸிகியூஷன் இந்த கிளாஸஸ், ஓகே, அதுக்கும் வந்துட்டு தொடர்பு இருக்கா இல்லையா அப்படின்றதான் என்னோட கேள்வி. ஓகே, பட் தொடர்பு இருக்கிற மாதிரி தெரியல எனக்கு. ஓகே, யூ வில் see that. That is the many very big flaw of the present systems.
Difference is there, sir.
Yeah, present scenario வந்து ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு challenge அது. Okay. Because அதே மாதிரி பாத்தீங்கன்னா next question is also connected with the second one. How time management correlates with assessing learning objectives. Okay. அதாவது லேர்னிங் அவுட்கம்ஸோட டைம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்டான ஒரு ஏரியா அது. ஓகே, அதை பத்தி யாராவது anybody can say? Thank you, Pungoday. Thanks for your sharing your ideas.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay. Any other from schools or college or B.Ed students? Time management. Anita ma'am, I think you are the right person because of as a principal.
This I was
to allot the time.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
Sir, for first question, I want to say something.
Yeah.
Sir, like seminar and project, other things are the different ways so that to just strengthen the assessments. Like
Okay.
we are going through now online classes.
Yeah.
When we are talking about myself, when we are sometimes we are not just attending very seriously online classes.
Yes,
So we
yes.
forget the explain that things. But when teachers are giving us that topic to you have to take seminar or other things, we start searching that things and then we know the actual meaning and all things. Now in that case, na sir, we can open to all the students. We
Yes.
can enhance ourselves.
Yeah, good. It is a good suggestion, Mari, definitely. Even yesterday also you have suggested that brain-based learning and cognitive learning. In the same way you are suggesting today also. Okay. So what you would like to say now that students must be given autonomy. The students' autonomy must be given. Okay.
Yes.
The teachers' interference or the parents' interference should be avoided. Okay. I like that you said. Okay, that is also good. Good, thank you.
So for the second questions, the instructional objectives that we are using in our lesson plan,
Yeah.
that we have to means make according to the Bloom's taxonomy, and for the learning outcomes we have just using different questionnaires during our classes to see how our students just understand or not.
Yeah.
Like fishball or puzzle we can introduce in our class to see
Yes,
the
correct.
students.
Correct. The same thing was told by Kumari also. Okay. In previous classes we are checking either he also told. But my question, the second question is particularly, okay, the learning objectives are fully how it is being checked, tested, that is assessed. Okay. That is what I would like to ask. For example, you are asking in between the classes, you are asking so many questions, okay, to the students. So, for example, based on the Bloom's taxonomy, you are using the criteria of application or analysis, whatever it is. Okay. How ensure how you are going to ensure that that particular criteria was employed and that particular criteria was attained by the students. The analysis they must be able to analyze.
Yes.
Okay. Application means they must be applied. They must be able to apply. Okay. So how you are going to assess all these things? This is what I would like my aim of the second questions. Okay. Okay. Anyway, thank you, Mari. Thank you very much. Okay. Anita ma'am.
Yeah, yes, sure. As you were asking, definitely all the learning objectives what the teachers quote in the lesson plan is not at all achieved in the classrooms right from I really do not know. From our ancestral time, I hope so. And maybe the in the competency-based education, of course, when I was in CBSE, I was able to achieve it to at least to 80%. Because we were following different sets of worksheets or different methods as they were discussing yesterday, flip learning. Even now, I am doing this for the 10th standard classes, sir. Even now. I become a student and I make them teachers in the online classes, and I give them a concept and they have to frame as many questions as possible, and they have to question whether I am able to answer, so that it makes an interesting part for the children. And even though it is a different assessment, the children take an active participation because they are questioning the teacher, right? So in that way, we can just motivate them. That is how we can find different unique ways to bring in all the children to participate in all the ways of assessment. And in classroom, especially as Pungore was saying, 45 minutes class, of course, we are just splitting as per our time management, 25 minutes class, remaining 20 minutes when we are putting it for assessment. If it is always the same way of method, like asking 1 mark questions or asking them to fill up an answer or choose the best answer option, everybody will be ready to say because they will be giving a chorus answer. Instead, we have to frame unique questions, sir. We have to divide them into groups, and one group should ask the other group, and it will be like a challenging thing. So every time they'll come up with a different question just thinking that the other group should be caught. So in such a way, they should be motivated in a different way. Okay, like, and then they should be given credit points immediately and appreciation notes. And if you are posting all the marks, this and all, not for the purpose of putting them into embarrassment and all, just like a playway method, if you just keep on motivating them, maybe assessment parts will be very, very useful. Always peer learning has got very good importance in the classes. So definitely they will go like that. And then for time management and how time management correlates, as she was saying, even if you're taking one unit, in a 45-minute class, we may not know what are the problems that the class has got. Suppose in a 30 students in a classroom, suppose if 5 or 6 children, if they are mentally upset, it is the duty of the teacher to understand whether the child will be able to cope up with what I am teaching there. So that 45 minutes, how I have planned and what is happening in the class might be different most of the times. I may enquiring the matter, why they are so I have to tune them to my class, and then I have to start my class. So it's always a big task to relate or to put my concepts into the class as per the time concept I have in my hand. So this is always a big challenge, sir. But even for finding the means to assess the children and all the teachers need training, sir. They should find out new unique ways. See, I cannot substitute some teacher, but now I could be in a different way. The other teacher cannot follow my way, and even I cannot follow the other way. Everybody will have unique methods. So no teacher will have a common method of this one, and even discretion also will be different only. So how I assess and what rubric I am following in that particular class to assess that child. And individual assessment is always a challenge within the stipulated time, sir. Maybe group assessment is possible within no individual assessment. It takes time, as they were saying, because we need to correct, even if it's a pen paper test or even if unique method we have given now, it takes little time for individual assessment. So in 45 minutes time, we cannot complete the class as well as we cannot complete the assessment also. So it becomes two-way method only, sir. Teaching, giving the objectives and expecting the outcomes. For example, if I am teaching adjectives, degrees of comparison, first I have to go with adjectives. Then I have to teach them what are the degrees. Then I have to teach them which adjective will take more or most and which adjective will take ER or EST in comparative and superlative form. And at the end of the class, simply if I am giving a fill up or choose the best answer, definitely I am a loser. As a teacher, I am a loser. Instead, if I need to give them a pie chart or a bar diagram and ask them to give a comparative report, or how do they interpret that particular diagram, then I become a successful teacher there. When the child is able to say, compared to this year, that year is better, and what is better, and when they are able to correlate one data with the other, and then when they are able to give a positive or comparative or superlative form of sentences over there, okay, maybe to 80%, I would have achieved something in my class.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your thoughts. This is what actually what is telling is that is practicably possible. Okay, so that I raise these questions and ask that to Sarah because since she is the principal and she knows well about that. Okay, time management and that. Okay.
டைம்
So,
வேற எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு சார். அதனால நான் ஷேர் பண்ணல. பட் இருந்தாலும் 1-2
இல்ல
பாயிண்ட்ஸ்
மேடம், பரவாயில்ல, சொல்லுங்க மேடம். சொல்லுங்க மேடம்,
சார்.
பரவாயில்ல.
தமிழ்ல சொல்லிடலாம் ஸ்டாஃப்க்குன்னு நினைச்சேன்.
சொல்லுங்க மேடம், சொல்லுங்க மேடம்.
Maybe Preeti Kumari might not understand. I know because she knows only English, but I can understand that she talked about Bloom's taxonomy, which is very very important in the learning outcomes. இப்போ இந்த Bloom's taxonomy பத்தி ஒருத்தர் கிளாஸே எடுக்கணும் எல்லாத்துக்கும். என்னன்னா இதுல வந்து ஒரு 5 கான்செப்ட்ஸ் கொடுக்குறாங்க. நம்ம ரிமெம்பர் எந்த ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் சப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து பர்டிகுலர் டாபிக் வந்து ரிமெம்பர் மட்டும் பண்ணணுமா, இல்ல அதை வந்து இவாலுவேட் பண்ணணுமா, அசஸ் பண்ணணுமா, அப்ளை பண்ணணுமா அப்படிங்கறத லேர்னிங் அவுட்கம் ஃபர்ஸ்டே நம்ம முடிவு பண்ணிடணும். ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுக்கு என்ன அவுட்கம் இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கறத வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்டே ஒவ்வொரு டாபிக்குமே நம்ம டிசைட் பண்ணியிருக்கணும். ஸோ தட்ஸ் வாட் இஸ் ப்ளூம்ஸ் டாக்ஸானமி. அதை வச்சு நம்ம அசஸ்மெண்ட் வந்து அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி பண்ணணும். இப்போ ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வந்து அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் மட்டும் பண்ணா போதும், அந்த கான்செப்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணா போதும்னா அந்த கான்செப்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணியாச்சா, அதுக்கான அசஸ்மெண்ட் என்ன, அதற்கான அசஸ்மெண்ட் என்னன்னு நம்ம பார்த்தோம்னா அதோட அசஸ்மெண்ட் நீங்க வந்து அது வந்து கிளாஸ்ல கூட கண்டினியூஸ் அசஸ்மெண்டா கூட இருக்கலாம், இல்ல ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் வச்சு அசஸ் பண்ணலாம், இல்ல சும்மா நார்மலா அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்களான்னு எழுதி பார்த்து கூட தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். ஆனா அதே வந்து ஒரு அப்ளையிங் தான் அவுட்கமா இருந்துச்சுன்னா, அதாவது அந்த பர்டிகுலர் கான்செப்ட் வந்து அப்ளை பண்ணி அவனோட அவுட்கம் இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நீங்க நினைச்சீங்கன்னா, அப்ளிகேஷனா அவன் படிச்சுட்டானா, ஒரு டெக்னிக்கல் கான்செப்ட்னா கண்டிப்பா அப்ளிகேஷனா இருந்திருக்கணும். ஸோ அதை வந்து அப்ளை பண்ண லேர்னிங் அவுட்கம் அவன் ரீச் பண்ணிட்டானா. ஸோ தட் இஸ் வேர் தி அசஸ்மெண்ட் பிளேஸ் an important role and it has to be aligned with the learning objective. So whatever is the learning objective, whether it is assessment or evaluation or applying or analyzing, whatever is your according to Bloom's taxonomy, நீங்க எடுத்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும் கூகுள்ல Bloom's taxonomy படிங்க. சோ அதுல இந்த கான்செப்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. அந்த
tomorrow's session will be covered, ma'am.
Bloom's taxonomy, yes sir, about very so that this staff will be understanding that. So whether our assessments is matching on to that particular learning outcomes nu kondu vandalam. So learning assessments, as everybody said, there can be lot of assessments, project based or illa vandu enna venalum. Oh, very good sir. So when they know about this, I think that will also be helping them. And what was your third question, sir? Something you the time
management. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, time management. Yeah, time management. So time management, you have a lot of things wherein you make the student also manage their time, prioritize எந்த இது வந்து prioritize பண்ணணும், எந்த இதுக்கு டைம் ரொம்ப ஒதுக்கணும் கூட நீங்க வந்து நிறைய விஷயத்துல கத்து கொடுக்கலாம். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து லெசன்ஸ் மட்டும் படிக்கிறது இல்ல, நிறைய டிசிப்ளினும் கத்துக்கிறாங்க. அண்ட் பேஸ்ட் ஆன் தட் லேர்னிங் அவுட்கம் வந்து டைம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்டும் ஒரு லேர்னிங் அவுட்கமா இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து ஐ திங்க் you have to correlate, and then you have to also incorporate that also into your thing. So I think time management is also one thing which our students should learn as a learner.
Yes, ma'am. Why I am asking this question because time management is playing a very very vital role in terms of assessment, learning assessments. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So that I would like to raise this question in the open forum.
Yes. I would like to request you also, sir, and the learning outcome எப்படி எழுதுறது அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து ஒரு மாடலா நீங்க அவங்களுக்கு சொல்லி
that will be coming tomorrow, ma'am. That will be coming tomorrow. See, that is why I have divided into 2 parts. Learning outcome.
Okay.
2 parts. Today is a phase 1, and tomorrow will be the phase 2. Okay.
Okay.
In my learning outcome objectives itself, I told you clearly. Okay.
Yeah.
So today's objectives are different, and tomorrow's objectives will be different.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Tomorrow they will be everything will be covered. So at the end of tomorrow, all the participants will be able to state the formulated statement of their learning outcomes.
Okay. That's fantastic. That's fantastic, sir. Thank you, sir. It was very nice, sir. The session na paadila da join panna mudinchu. That's why I'm not commenting on the session anyway. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Okay, dear participants, thank you all. Really, we are going to reach the end of the session for today. Matthew, sir, any comments from your side, sir?
No, I'm good today. It was very, very nice. Okay, I think you very nicely, described the concepts and how it can be applied. So I felt it was very nice, and particularly both the principals chipped in with very valuable, insights.
Yes, yes.
insights into this. I wish, the others also who are listening will also put in, at least write their comments originally.
Yeah.
From there, what they understand.
Yeah.
Then only, only when the discussion happens, then only you will start thinking. Otherwise, if you don't think, you don't write. That is a problem.
Yes. That is what I have told, sir. The self-motivation must be there among all the participants.
So as you rightly said, we let us hope that real learning happens.
Yes,
that
sir.
there is a change.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your kind support. Dear participants, today also, as usual, the same question will be posted in the classrooms. Okay. Another question is, this is for assessment purpose. What is learning outcome? Why it is important for you? And what are the factors to be followed when defining learning outcomes? Okay. So these three questions based on today's session. Okay. So you please give up your submit your answer to these questions through our Google Classroom. Okay. அதே மாதிரி discussion part also மூணு கொஸ்டின் கொடுத்துருக்கோம். அதுக்குமே நீங்க you can give your comments on this. Okay. So what you feel, just you don't ரொம்ப இதா இருக்கணும் அப்படி நீங்க இது பண்ண தேவையில்லை. What you feel exactly from your mind, just you can give your suggestions. Okay. So today's part is over, and tomorrow will be the continue the same session, phase 2, learning objectives phase 2. As Naseema ma'am rightly told that what are all the tomorrow's objectives, for the, actually ma'am is coming, let's join me. So that ma'am, for you, I am going to display again the yellow phase 2. Okay. So today's part is different, tomorrow's part different, ma'am. Tomorrow, to enable the participants to apply the principles of behavioral and pedagogical theories in formulating LOs, learning outcomes, and to enable the participants to write learning outcomes as per the framework by NCERT.
Very good, sir. Super.
Okay. So tomorrow they will be writing the objectives, that is learning outcomes. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Super, sir. Super. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, dear participants, thank you very much. I will, as I said, I will post the questions now itself. So please do your responses. Okay. And Masani Priya, please upload the recorded lesson.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
After do some typing work, then you can do it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good deep, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And one more observation for the B.Ed faculties. Some of the B.Ed staff itself, they are not responding well for yesterday's questions. Okay, you please do that by today, at least by today. Okay. Thank you all.
Sir, I have sent the resigned faculties to you and Masani Priya. Maybe, you can take off the mail IDs from that.
Okay, ma'am. Masani Priya, பாத்தீங்களாப்பா?
Yes, sir. பார்த்தேன் ma'am. நானு remove
Okay,
பண்ணிடுறேன்.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
அதே மாதிரி ஸ்கூல்லயே அவங்க மேடம் சொன்னாங்கல, ஸ்கூல்ல I think Sandhya Sasi from school.
Only
that
one.
Also, only one. Yeah, only one.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That also to be removed. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
From school, Lavanya also resigned, sir.
Lavanya,
So, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Masani Priya noted.
Okay, sir. Sandhya Sasi and Lavanya from school,
Lavanya,
sir.
yeah.
MJ Cass, I have the list, sir. I will do it, sir.
Okay. நம்ம யாரும் செஞ்சிருக்காங்களா இல்லையா?
இல்லைங்க சார்.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Manimeghalai, want to say something? Manimeghalai, want to share anything? No. Thank you very much. Okay.